Hey everyone, it's Sarah here. Today I am working on a traditional scrapbook layout and I am going to start by cutting my paper down to 9 by 12. There's really no rhyme or reason why I chose this size other than the fact that I wanted this page to fit into my Project Life album, and that is the size that I'm working in this year. So I cut it down to that size, and now I am going to mat my 4 by 6 photo onto some dark blue paper. And I'm going to go ahead and leave a little bit of extra room at the top so that I can actually tear that edge just to give it more of an imperfect look. So I'm using the October Citrus Twist kits for this layout. I'm using the main kit, a couple of the add-on kits, and a stamp set here. So I'm going to link everything down below so you can find it really easily and head on over to the Citrus Twist shop if you see anything here that you would like to add to your stash. But I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of dye ink behind that photo. So I chose an ink that looked very similar in color to that blue behind my photo, and I'm going to go ahead and mark off where the edges of my photo are, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply this ink using a makeup sponge. So I'm just using my scratch piece of paper to use as sort of like a little blotter so I don't apply too much ink onto my page, and then I'm just going in and sort of rubbing it onto the page. There's really no special technique that I used here. It's just literally rubbing the paint onto the paper, and I knew that my photo was going to cover up a bunch of this, so I wasn't really worried about it being too messy or perfect here. I just wanted to have a little bit more of that pop of blue behind the photo. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. I didn't put too much ink next to the leaves since I didn't want to cover them up, so it was really just in that bright white area. So now I'm going to go through some of the other embellishments that were in the main kit, and there are these really cute little puffy hearts from Amy Tangerine. You also get this ephemera pack from Pink Fresh Studio that coordinates with this pattern paper that I have as my background. And I really love that this line is sort of like a watercolor. It has a watercolor look to it. So that's really perfect for someone like me that doesn't really grab for their mixed media supplies very often. And if you don't feel like getting messy, then you can pick up a line like this, and it just sort of gives you a very similar look without having to get out all of your paintbrushes and your paints and all that good stuff. So this is a fun way to kind of cheat on that, but still apply or still get that similar look. So I love all of the floral pieces. I'm going to kind of tuck them behind my photo. And I'm going to end up creating a few different visual triangles here, which you're going to see in a second. So I'm going to have like 3 different areas around my page where I apply either embellishment clusters or stamp clusters, and it just creates a nice balance on the page. So I will show you how I do that in just a second. Right now I'm just kind of playing around with my placement, and then I'm going to go ahead and adhere my photo on and start sticking things down, start committing to things on this page. I'm also going to bring in some pop dots so I can raise some of the smaller embellishments off of the page. I didn't want to add too much dimension because I am adding this into my Project Life album and it's already getting pretty full, but I do love the look of a little bit of dimension on a traditional layout, so I will do that. So after I got all of my embellishments sort of adhered onto my page, then I wanted to go in with this stamp set, which also released in October from Citrus Twist. I think this is the Traveler's Notebook stamp set, and it has the sweetest phrases. I can definitely see myself using this a whole lot, but I stamped out little things. I think it says little things are not so little, or are not such little things, something like that. It was really sweet, and it's so true. And so I decided to go ahead and highlight that by stamping it onto the label that I tucked behind my photo. And then I'm going to go in with a few other small sentiments, and I'm going to use a couple different ink colors, and I'm just going to go ahead and create a visual triangle. So I'm going to stamp them off of the edge so that they're not kind of floating. I'm really big on sort of grounding things on my layout. So you'll notice that there's really nothing on this page that has all white space around it. Everything kind of is connected to something on the page. So I think that just really helps to ground what's there. So that's what I'm doing with the ink here. I'm just stamping off to the side, and I created a bit of a visual triangle there by stamping in 3 different sections. So that will pretty much complete this layout. I'm going to add a couple of these puffy hearts just right around the stamping, and that will do it. So I hope that you enjoyed this process. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new to my channel, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!